So you want to crack your OET or IELTS in your very first attempt and work as an international registered nurse in the UK, Canada, Australia or New Zealand. Although there's a huge demand for nurses across the world, but majority of the nurses are not able to crack their English language proficiency exams such as IELTS or OET after multiple attempts. Let us try and understand the reason behind thousands of failures with a short story. Let us imagine that you have a leakage in your washroom. Water pipes are leaking, causing a flood of frustration. You call upon your inner mechanic and get on a mission to fix it by yourself. You battle the pipes all day long, desperately trying to stop the leakage. Nevertheless, your efforts all end up in vain. Feeling defeated, you finally call the expertise of a plumber. The plumber arrives and spends 2 hours just checking all the pipes in the entire house and finally tells you that the actual problem is with the water tank on the terrace. Now let us imagine that there's a nurse named Julie. Now Julie wants to crack her OET real bad and she wants to work in the UK. So what Julie does, she opens up Google and she types OET classes near me or OET coaching near me. After that, she'll call a bunch of training centers, she'll talk to a few random coaching centers, and after a bit of negotiation, she will join one of these coaching centers and she will start her OET training the very next day. Here, what we need to understand that she was admitted into a batch with the hundreds of other nurses where somebody is from a non-English background such as Malayalam or Hindi or Kannada or Gujarati. Somebody has a problem with their grammar, sentence construction, verbal fluency. Somebody has concerns with their reading comprehension, or somebody is not able to understand foreign accents very well and struggling with listening. Someone is struggling with the clinical aspects of a referral letter, discharge letter, etc., etc. You understand my point? In a batch of 100 nurses, every nurse will have their own individual problems. Now imagine that all of these different nurses with different needs are all sitting in a single batch, and the worst part is that nobody knows what their loopholes are. Nobody knows what their leakage is. And if your answer is no, then how do you think you will pass your OET or IELTS with the same approach? That too within your first attempt? Do you really think that's possible? We at the Language X never admit anyone without a proper and thorough investigation. The next thing that you get is called a reading assessment. Well, believe it or not, most of the nurses, they never read any medical research paper or medical review article after their college. Now because of that, they lose their reading comprehension skills over a period of time. After that, when they try to attempt OET or IELTS reading, they end up failing. No wonder, right? A reading evaluation will help you understand your weak areas so that you can work, so that you can identify and work on those weak areas with a qualified trainer. The next thing that you get is called a listening assessment. OET listening specially can come in 12 different accents, including American, British, Irish, Canadian, Australian, etc., etc. Now, if you're not familiar with all of these accents, then you won't be able to understand the listening question paper, first of all. Now, if you're not able to understand the listening question paper, forget being able to analyze the listening part, see and answer the question. Well, we will do a 360-degree assessment of your listening comprehension ability and will help you understand your weak areas and will help you with exact strategies to overcome the shortcomings. On an average, we have seen that most of the doctors and nurses who attempt their OET or IELTS without any sort of assessment or consultation, they end up giving 3 to 4 failed attempts. They waste a minimum of 1 lakh rupees upfront in exam fees and training expenses, and on top of that, a minimum of 6 months to 1 full year. Some of my previous students, they came to me after wasting 3 years and up to 2 to 3 lakh rupees. Apart from that, the most important thing is that after failing in 2 to 3 attempts, you lose all your confidence. your family members, your colleagues, your acquaintances, nobody's trusting you. You feel as if you've lost everything. Finally, these nurses, they will give up and they will settle down for the same job which pays them 15,000 to 20,000 rupees a month for the rest of their lives. This is what can happen if you try to attempt OET or IELTS without a proper assessment or consultation. Well, while it would have been easier for us to offer and sell our training programs directly to our students, just like 99.99% of coaching centers in India do, what we have done is that we have chosen a different path for ourselves. A path of quality, a path of trust and honesty. Well, that's why we have decided to not admit any student without a thorough language assessment and evaluation. Yes, you've heard it right. We will not enroll, we will not admit any student without a proper diagnosis, evaluation and assessment. Just as no treatment is possible without proper diagnosis and clinical evaluation, we hold the same belief in our language training approach. Our consultations are conducted on 100% one-to-one basis with an average duration of around 2 hours, 2.5 hours per candidate. Our consultants can only accommodate 4 to 5 students a day, working 9 to 10 hours per day. Our slots are mostly overbooked. Therefore, I encourage you to wait no more and click on the link below to book your consultations now. At the Language X, we are committed to your success and utmost satisfaction. That's why we proudly offer a 7-day money-back guarantee to ensure your complete peace of mind. Let me tell you how it works. You enroll in the Language X Clinical English Proficiency Test for Healthcare Professionals. Within 7 days, if you feel that the Language X doesn't meet your expectations or align with your goals, and if you feel that we were not honest in our consultation, you simply reach out to our dedicated support team and you can get your 100% money back. No questions asked. So what are you waiting for? Click on the link below and book your consultation now, and I guarantee you that this will be the best decision of your life.